All right, folks. So, wanted to talk about the Dell Inspiron slash Vostro 3671. Now, if you've seen the channel, you know I have done a ridiculous number of upgrades for the 3670. So, I feel confident I can talk about the 3671. Now, in case you're hoping to see actual footage of the 3671, it's not going to happen here today. I do not have one. So if that's the case, you might want to, continue your search elsewhere. But what I'm going to do is talk about, the differences and personally what I think of this computer overall cost-wise. So I bought two 3670s. I bought both of them used. I got both of them between 200 and 250 used, okay? So they're HN i5 8400s, which for a lot of aspects would be better than buying the i3 9100. Now, they show 9 configurations. Of course, you can configure the crap out of this yourself. And it starts with the base model, the 399.99 for an i3 9100 with 8 gigs of 24 megahertz RAM, 2400 megahertz RAM, a lousy 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM hard drive. Okay, so that's $399. Of course, it comes with Windows 10. All right, so for me to build a legit version of this, and something that would be more upgradable, it would probably cost me somewhere in that ballpark. I believe parts-wise, I could get it done for 300, but I believe that buying Windows 10 would put me into the $400 range. So, value for the money here, folks. This is definitely a good deal from that. Now, performance-wise, it's another story. All right. Um, and I want you to look at a few things here, looking at these different pricings and how basically Dell. I don't want to say shafts you, but if you want a better processor, it's almost like you're paying for the old processor, the lower base processor, and the new processor. You get no credit. Case in point, so brand new i3 9100 is anywhere from 120 to 140 bucks, brand new. Okay, with an Intel fan. An i5 9400. I believe brand new, those are around $180. Okay. Sadly, for another 20 bucks, you get a really some better processors, but they don't offer that here. Now, so you see the difference in the price there, 130 to we'll say 180. That's 50 bucks. Okay. They charge you 130 more dollars to upgrade. So that is not a good deal. You could pretty much skip the next one because it is even further of a ripoff. $90 to add 4 gigs of RAM. This stuff is super cheap these days, folks. You're not even talking probably 20 bucks. So that is not a good deal. For $40 or less, you could definitely buy 8 gigs. Okay. Now to jump up to the next one, where you get more RAM and you get a solid state NVMe. Okay. You're once again getting overcharged on the solid state. And if this is something you could do on your own later, and I believe I have videos out there on how to do this, because I have pretty much upgraded everything in these between CPUs, power supplies, RAM, M.2s, and showing you how to add additional drives. So they're basically, if you look at the base 529.99 one, to add 4 more gigs of RAM and to switch out your 1 terabyte hard drive for the 512, they want 170 bucks. Now, for 180 $30, you can get a decent 1 terabyte M.2, okay? So there's not really a good deal here. Now, I honestly, if you have to have 9th gen, this is probably the way to go. The one difference between this model and the 3670 is the motherboard. Motherboard for the 3670 was B360. This one is the B365, okay, which basically means it's guaranteed to support 9th gen. You watch a channel, you know that I put an i3 9100, I put an i5 9400F, I put an i5 9600K in a Dell Inspiron, and don't really remember having any problems with it. Now, I don't recommend the i5 9600K because it draws more power, though you can overclock it, and most likely it will hover right there in the 60s, but you're not really getting the performance out of it that you would want to justify having that. So no upgrades in the power supply. And sadly, when I was going through here, I could not find how you actually add this graphics card to see how much they are ripping you off on this as well. Okay, so I believe you can pick one of these up for 150 bucks. Probably better to do after the fact on that. You can go through these different versions and see, if you're familiar with computers, just how Dell is basically, I don't know if I'd call it price gouging or what, but if you don't know how to upgrade your computers, you're kind of stuck with what you get here. Okay, so as somebody that's owned 2 of these, my personal thoughts, they're not going to be good for gaming. You need a good graphics card. Even if you put the 1650 in here, you'll have decent 1080p gaming. Now, will you have decent 1080p gaming at ultra settings? That's another story. Are you going to enjoy that 144 hertz monitor? Most likely not, using a ultra settings, if this will even support it. Okay. Now, is it a good desktop for surfing the internet? Yeah, it's really it's decent for that, right? I definitely suggest that you get the M.2, much faster boot ups, and just how much quicker stuff reacts on your computer. The 12 gigs is not worth paying these guys to give you 12 gigs. But later on, if you're not a do-it-yourself kind of person, you will want most likely 12 gigs. So definitely upgrade the drive, definitely upgrade the RAM. Now, processor-wise, most of you do not need an i7 9700. If you're going to be gaming on a GTX 1650, the 9700 is not going to give you that big of an advantage over buying this with the i5 9400. But if you still decide to buy this, make sure you check back and look at all of my upgrade videos, okay? I'm going to start adding the 3671 to the 3670 videos just because it's really the same process. And I believe, that you will gain something out of it. Now, should I buy the 3671 for the channel? Just to show you guys how to do the same stuff I've already done. I don't think I'm going to do that. Maybe if I find a good deal on one later, I will. But the only new Dell Inspiron Vostro 36 video I'm planning on doing is yanking the whole motherboard and everything else out of it and putting in another case. So that is eventually going to be something you'll see on the channel if I get motivated to do it. Now, overall, like I said, hard to build something like this for anything less than that amount because of the Windows operating system. Of course, you can buy a license on eBay. Whether those are legit or not, I don't know, but that will definitely get you under the $400 price for building your own version of this. All right, well, that is that's about it, folks. You know, no real improvements in this between the 3670 and a 3671, and you know, personally, I still do not recommend buying this. I recommend building your own. Plenty of videos on YouTube, including on my channel. And there you go, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe, and here are the models that actually appears come with the GTX 1650. Would be this guy right here. So maybe there's only one, the 1099 one, and there you go.